you beautiful, awesome people, and welcome back to YuGiOh, Duelist of the Roses, the finale of the campaign. We are near the end of the White Rose route. It went extremely quickly, only because in the last episode, we actually lucked out big time. So I'm expecting this episode to be crashing down, tumbling down, all the cracks start appearing. It's terrible RNG all the way, I'm assuming it's going to happen. So anyways, we're going to open up this episode with a terribly RNG-based duel. I do believe that this is the most RNG-est duel you'll find in this entire game, and that is up against Jasper Dice Tutor. I mean, heck, when it comes to dice, it's RNG in general, what you want to roll, isn't it? Alright, so... where do I start with Jasper? Well, I guess we could easily just start the duel. I am Jasper Dice Tutor. I will show you the true meaning of power. Trust me, do not take his words with a grain of salt. When he says, I will show you the true meaning of power, he's not kidding around. And so I suggest you don't kid around either when you go up against him. Alright, so the perfect opening for this would be I get my little machine monkey. And that's exactly what I don't get. I did get my great mammoth, but, you know, that's not going to exactly do me all that much. And I don't exactly want to be summoning, like, a lot of monsters either. For good reason. I don't want to get rid of, like, my Kappa either. Alright, we'll start off with that. Alright, so his deckmaster is, of course, Exodia, the Forbidden One. So, for those of you who are familiar with Yu-Gi-Oh!, should know where this is potentially leading. My god, this is not good. At all. Like, I can send my mammoth off into the yonder to, like, do some shenanigans, because that's obviously going to start coming after me. And I don't particularly want him, like, setting up in the middle, because that's bad. So, if my game would love to be extremely generous, that'd be great. Hold on, before I do that, I want to do this. Just move that over. I might get wood remains here. Oh, I actually got pumpkin. Hallelujah! Alright, I'm going to start sending that down that way. At least I can use him. I just don't want in here being set up. The other thing I'm going to look out for is a couple of trap cards that... I'm going to call him Grandpa, because that's who he is by facial recognition anyways. And I'm getting everything but what I want at the moment. I'm just going to probably let my summoning points go up, just for now. Okay, interesting. Chucked away a bunch of cards. Come on, game. Be nice to me, man. Alright, down that way, and then over this way, I'm gonna send Slate Warrior. I should have summoned my Great Mammoth. I said I had the summoning points for it. Although I would like to save my mammoth for now. At least if I do this, I can block him off, hopefully, from attacking my life points. Okay, what was that? Magic Jammer! I'm relieved I got rid of that. Oh my god. There is only one slight problem doing this. I am using up summoning points. I think I was like 1 off being able to summon my Great Mammoth. Alright, next turn I should be able to summon the Great Mammoth because I get 3 every turn and Great Mammoth is 6. God, we're both chucking away cards like it's no tomorrow. I need to get rid of those 4 cards out of my hand. It's actually holding my deck up. Like, big time. I just don't want to get hit by a card, though. It's the only reason why I'm being a little bit cautious with what I summon. think for now I'll just do this. Alright, so that's 3 monsters. That'll be not as bad. He is gonna have to start getting rid of some cards though. Alright, game. I gave you 2 slots, so please be nice. The other reason why I want to send cards down there is because, as I said, I don't want him building up a back row of cards, or just a massive backlog, because that's not going to be good for me. Oh my god, what is this? I'm going to have to get rid of some cards. Alright, 4 monsters. It's not the best that I want. He might activate something on me now. Chance he might do it now, actually. Nope. Alright, I have to get something good now. I still don't. That is a zombie, so I can just do this. It is a race to try and get rid of our decks too. I don't know if anyone has noticed, we're both chucking our cards like it's no tomorrow. That is good. I now get a movement bonus. I would have preferred to have popped that at a different time, but beggars can't be choosers at this rate. So all along here could be monsters, they could be trap cards, they could be spell cards. High chance they could be spell cards. There is a couple of monsters in this deck. Oh no! That's what I was afraid of. I am going to be popped for 2,000 life... No, sorry, 1,200. I can't math. 1,200 there. That's why I didn't have a lot of cards on the field, because he can just pop 3 of them and knock me out. So I did want to kind of make this like really quick. So it's as painless as possible. Come on, game! This is life or death at the moment, literally! Alright, we are coming close to his back, so... Oh god. And I've got to worry about, like, Okazi coming my way. It's 500. That's what I said, it's... The time is ticking. And she's not a pretty. Right, I'm just gonna boost that up. And come back up here. I now have movement boost. Never mind. But that doesn't drop my attack. It does slow me down for 3 turns though. Which is very annoying. Okay, that's gonna go... Oh, never mind. I'm spellbound. Okay, that's why you wanted to go into me. That'll now go into defense mode, by the way. It might not, it may. Who knows? Okay. $18 to 21, by the way. I've got 18 cards remaining. He's got 21 cards remaining. I can't move one side. Come on, where's my little monkey? I have 3 monsters on the field too. The fact that I can't move either side is really annoying. That'll make Zombie Dragon. That will make Skelegon. I don't want a Skelegon though. Goodbye. Oh, sorry, I got 4 monsters. I read the wrong thing. I can't like summon any more because I need a 5th. I need my 5th monster to get through that labyrinth. And this is... I said my tends to be the reset heavy one. This can also be an extremely heavy reset level as well for speedruns, so I'm just gonna quickly just jump onto that as well. Like, this can be annoying. I do have that side back. Pumpkin comes back in 2 more turns. Get rid of this, please. Just to deal some life points too, because he never swapped it into defense. So Curtain of the Dark Ones spellbinds you for a couple of turns. Very annoying when you're trying to get somewhere quick. That was meant to be like the Sonic theme, but I don't think it came across that well. Right, that goes bye-bye. It doesn't look like much of a curtain, does it? Oh no, it kinda does. It just wouldn't die though. They kind of look like a wall that had a curtain on it that was ripped off a cupboard. Alright, 3 cheers for Slate Warrior. We actually moved to space and dealt 1800 life points, and I managed to sneak through. Now can my baby please summon out something that I can use to get through this labyrinth? Like, the clock is ticking. And the good thing is I have like terrain boost if Pumpkin can actually get in there. There will be a couple of traps to slow me down, no doubt. But at least we're getting somewhere. Bewitching Phantom Thief. I'm expecting this to have a spellbound effect too, but that will be 1400 life points as well, if there's no negate. So let's just stomp this Phantom Thief into the ground. I wonder if it's got a spider tattoo. Good night. Nice guys always end last in this case, especially up against a Slate Warrior. Your pitiful cane has no match against my staff, or whatever that thing is. 1400 there. He's only got 800 life points left. I do have an Okazi in my deck as well, which hasn't popped up as of yet. It is a little bit fearful though, like what's in that center. Because all he's going to do is summon 4 pieces of Exodia, have them faced up, end turn. Holy crap! I need to end this duel now! I just got over that. 2300 defense to my 2400 attack. I just overcame that mountain. I mean, it's not a big whoop-de-doo if this doesn't make it to the center. I just need my pumpkin in the center. I had to do this back up too, because at the moment I'm getting... I told you the cracks would show! I'm already getting a little bit flustered at the moment, thinking, oh god, I'm not going to make it, because I'm going to lose all my life points. The fact that I already took a massive Just Desserts hit as well wasn't very nice. I have no way of recovering my life points either. Was that an attack? I don't know if that actually deals life points. He's all got weird cards. If it doesn't negate, then it's going to spellbound me. Which is bad. Alright, Pumpkin Breath on this thing. I still have to summon, so I could have drawn the card I need. Hopefully. Goodbye. That's a creepy monster, by the way, too. It's like this eel with a baby face at the end of it. Then again, there's some creepy monster designs in Yu-Gi-Oh! That's only like very much scratching the very, 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 very tip of the surface there for creepy monster designs. Alright, 100 life points left. Okazi is all I need. I finally drew it! Effect activated. Alright, I have to survive like one more turn. Right, get rid of that. And the one I want to move... is my mammoth. I should have moved two, you donkey. Well, I hope that doesn't cost me. And then go over that. Oh no! Oh, I do! I didn't want that to happen. Spoot! I don't think it matters. Because all I gotta do is swing around and do the attack. Well, I know that for future. Don't put Green Kappa over my monkey because it transforms it into a monster I don't want. Luckily, it didn't make a big difference in the end with the little minor fusion mistake, but that could have cost me in any other situation. Then again, that's pretty much the last need for that little monkey cannon, or that Durama cannon. Magic Jammer, that's not a bad card. Phantom, and Illusionist. Whew, that was like nearly a nail biter down to the end there. So yeah, all you needed to do was get 4 pieces of Exodia, flip them face up, and I think it's like wait a turn. And then if the opponent can't do anything to like remove any of those pieces, it's game over by win condition. You may have beaten me, but I doubt you'll survive a duel with my nephew Yugi. At least they keep that type of lore in it. But I think his name, even in the anime, is Jasper, but I don't think it's Dice Tutor. I know though, in this game, lore-wise, Yugi's last name is Henry Tudor, so of course Jasper would be Tudor by last name. Anyways, the second last person we have to take down is Bakura. Now, this is the part where I'm like, I don't understand why Bakura's on this side, because I'm pretty sure manga-wise and anime-wise, and I can't remember Forbidden Memory-wise either, but I'm pretty sure Bakura was the bad guy, so he should have been on Seto's side, and Ishizu should have been on Yugi's side, but I'm pretty sure Ishizu in Forbidden Memories was also a bad person. Can't remember, can't justify. Anyways, we're going on. He's got a very low deck cost, so this is why we needed 745 for our deck cost. So you're the one they call the Rose Duelist. I am Bakura, a Bretagony card warrior. There was a time when some knew me as Jack Cade or Mortimer. You stand on Celt soil where card dueling has been passed on for generations. In particular, my family has mastered the art of the dark duel, still kind of similar to that of the manga. Well, shall we begin? So the entire field will be Crush. I don't know if anyone saw that, but when the little castle rose up and it had Crush on it, that tends to give an idea to what you're playing on. So yeah, Crush and Forest, and a very interesting deck indeed. But then again, even when Bakura played in the anime and all that, he tended to have used a lot of interesting... Oh, this is an interesting hand. Been a little while since I've used the Dimension Hole strats. He went backwards, interesting. Slate Warrior would have been the best opening because oh yeah, I forgot about the Deckmaster ability, which is really annoying. Now what did I get? I got what I wanted. I have to use it here because then I can summon upwards. So then what I want to do is go... Should I be doing that? I should be doing that. Alright, Great Mammoth. Power increase. Go to that. Smack it for 2700. Alright, just gonna need to do one more hit. Even if you do that, that's not gonna save you. I just need to draw a Wasteland or a Yami, and I win. Or Slate Warrior. I love it when it comes together just perfectly. All that Yami's gone. I was like, the only thing that can stop me at this point is a trap card, which never happened. Well, that was a quick duel. I did say Pakura was pretty easy. Even with the low deck cost, it's a pretty swift duel. The only thing that's really slow about that duel is just every turn the deck master ability kicks off with 50 life point recovery, which is very slow after a while. Alright, so there's only like Vile Germs and the Dark Flower, I think it's called. 1, 2. Oh, God! Rubbed again! I think I was like a couple of frames off. I thought for a second I was gonna get it there, and I was like, oh, come on, dude. I think I was like just 1 or 2 frames off hitting that. It's so annoying. I was actually just literally counting frames at that point, but I still didn't land it. No! No way! I warned you. Your next field of battle will be your last. Be prepared to meet your maker, and apparently at this point now I can't read. I think that first duel has just wiped my whole brain capacity of being able to read properly. It's cool we got past it. I just need to win these last 2 duels. That's it. It's only 2 duels and it's already 22 minutes, which makes me scared. Alright, Yugi, our last nemesis for this route. Well, not second last, but you know what I mean. So you've finally come to face me, Duelist. I hope you're as good as they say, because the better the Duelist, the better my game. Are you sure about that? Last couple have said that have met a pretty embarrassing end. Bakura went in a couple of turns. Who was the other one there? Tristan was like demolished in 2 turns as well. That was that was incredible, but also embarrassing at the same time. Alright. I love the music for this duel too. Now, this is just a field of everything, and that is like potentially the worst hand you could get. But I can take advantage of it. I'm just gonna move it up, but not do anything with it. Not just yet, anyways. Now, Yugi's AI is weird, because sometimes he can place a monster in there with a fusion, and then blow it up because it's a crush card. These cards, so I can go to Okazi. 500 life point damage. And refresh my hand at this point too. Leave my Yami there. Because you can't get a movement boost out of that. Alright, there's a fusion. I can easily have a look what that is, because it could be something nasty, or it could be something very weak. But because there's Labyrinth there, he does have to make a bit of a turnaround to actually do anything with it. Alright, let's put Yami down. That does give her the crush in front of him. That does give me my full advantage, not that one. Enemy, Karibo, Wind Dragon, Guardian of the Fortress. Oh, I haven't got a clue what that makes, actually. I got... sweet nothing out of that, again. I'm just gonna fill this side with Wasteland. Dark isn't exactly a great one to throw down either, because that does sometimes boost some of Yugi's cards. I should get something now. I have a Mammoth Graveyard. I've gone through quite a lot of my cards already. 26 cards remaining in my deck. Yugi's already gone through 10. I've gone through well over 20 at this point. Well, nearly 20. Alright, finally we're getting somewhere. Alright, place this down. He will move to... okay. The only thing that can go wrong here is him, like, summoning that can have a movement boost. He did kind of lock me in, though. I can even just movement boost into that. Was kind of hoping for something a little bit better. Alright, go for another Mammoth. Let's just get rid of this. That's not bad. Celtic Guardian, there's a little bit of life point damage. Actually a good amount of life point damage. So that's not bad. He does have Mammoth Graveyard in his deck, so I was really hoping that's what he didn't summon. Because he could have easily crashed into my deck master. Although, it wouldn't have been a very smart idea doing that, considering how weak Mammoth Graveyard is. On terrain boost, at the best would have been 1700. Which is a pretty nasty whack to my life points, yes, but he would have had a nasty whack to his own life points with retaliation. Now, I have 2700 attack on my other Mammoth Graveyard, which will crash into his deck master if there's no trap card. This will do probably not enough damage. 1300, yeah, I don't think that's enough. I can't math, apparently. I already did 500 earlier. Okay, that's game over. That wasn't that bad, actually. That duel can drag out a little bit. AI just happened to go the right way. If you went the other way towards the labyrinth, I would have had major issues, because then it would have been a bit of a chase down. Couldn't have asked, actually. My deck master got promoted. The only other monster to be promoted so far is my Mammoth. Alright, couple of cards here, because quite a lot got discarded for Parrot Fusions. I got Celtic Guardian. Hey? Oh, come on, dude! One off again. I did get Dark Magician, can't complain. Good card there. Dark Magician Gale is another one. I'm not going to say anything, actually, because I was like, I think. But then I was just thinking, I don't know if you can, actually, because I think that might be one you have to line 3 Dark Magicians up to get. I lose. Know you this. Although the rose cards are lost to me, I shall not falter from my cause. On the graves of my Celtic ancestors, I swear that I will one day rule all over England. You probably will. I just happen to have interfered. Alright, that's 8 rose cards done. You now have all the rose cards. It is time to head for Stonehenge. Alright, aboard we both we go. That's our invasion done. Alright, we're back. Alright, Seto. What have you got for us since we did your part? The ritual is complete. The power, the world. With the power of the cards behind us, all will be ours for the taking. The time has come to realize the dreams of my ancestors. Well, the last time we went in this route, it was pathetic. So hopefully his brother puts up a bit more of a fight. Long have I waited for this day. You are the ones responsible for this. First, you dare to summon my sleeping brother from his eternal resting place in the sands of Egypt, using him to duel after duel. And then you dare to seal him away again? Unforgivable. It looks like I've failed again. Hold your tongue. There's no room for excuses. Nothing escapes my eyes. I demand justice. I shall feed on you and your kind, on every last one of you who exist on this miserable planet. It's up to you. Of course it's up to me. This evil that's awakened can only be laid to rest by you. Only by defeating this vile creature will you be able to undo the summoning. At least that's what the legends say. Oh, at least that's what the legends say. It's not, that's what the legends say. There's no confidence behind that. It's just, maybe this'll work. Quiet, mortal. It is time to avenge my brother. Dude? No point. Was the reason for his own... Wow, that's a massive deck cost. I don't know if I've ever pointed this out, but the higher the deck cost tends to mean better cards. Although you wouldn't have thought that in the last card, Guardian Jewel. Prepare to meet your doom. That's probably going to be my last words. Prepare to meet your doom. Well, this can go either way. Because there's no escaping into the crush. Alright, baby. Out of the cards. Crab. Not what I had in mind when I said heart of the cards. I was kind of expecting something a little bit better. I mean, I normally say beggars can't be choosers, but in this case, that might suck. Alright, good. There's one card I'm kind of hoping he doesn't draw. Are you serious? I never got what I wanted. We improvising here. Because I've never had a bad hand at this point of this game. I've normally had something I can work with, but yeah, this one's not looking so flash hot. Alright, that's not bad. It just depends if he goes. Okay, that's really awkward at the moment. I need to get rid of that card. Oh my dear God! That's terrible. I could cry over that. Oh, God. I got rid of Fiend's Hand. And it's boosted by Darkness. That wasn't even by my choice. 600 attack points weaker. I don't know. I mean, there's advantages to this, but there's also a lot of disadvantage to this now because he's got movement boost. And it's not exactly a friendly attack either if I get hit. I mean, he's very well gonna crash into my dimension hole. Which he's not. Which is good, in a way. No. no cards in the graveyard. I can't even rely on that strategy. What can I do? This is gonna be a major ask. Like a big ask here. At least I get away. And now he goes down. Yeah, I didn't think that was gonna stick. I'm not drawing what I need though, that's the problem. That will take me down to 3, then I get back. Alright, this is the best I can do. Alright, Cyberstein's effect activates. That makes it Wasteland. I really gotta turn the brains on for this one. It's gonna be really hard to turn this around. Right, Cyberstein goes down. If I see one card get popped at this point, I think I'm in a lot of trouble. Alright, he's where I want him. And now I can do this. Alright, that overcomes the Zoa. That's my first issue out the way. I need Green Kappa as well. That's my other saving grace. As I said, I can get advantages out of terribly strong cards. It just also comes down to a lot of other things. One of them being I have no trap cards in this deck at all to kind of like slow down any major threats. That's the first big issue. The second issue is there is a card in this deck that can steal life points from me and add them to his attack points of his monster that equips it to. That could potentially come up, but at that point, as I said, that's where Green Kappa comes in to just devastate. Oh god. That's not good. That's gate thingy-jiggy, which means he could very well take advantage of that and something very powerful. I don't think I said summon properly because I'm so tongue-tied by the fact that could have been that. I did get Okuzi. Throw that away. $500 life points. In defense, that'll go in defense, obviously. That would have been very nice to just smack with a monster this then, but I never had anything. Do I go for it? Do I knock that out? Or do I not? I'm just gonna see what I got. Okay, I did get a violet crystal. power that up. I'd say there's going to be a trap card down somewhere. I still didn't get what I want though. I really don't want to use Yami either. Do I go for it? Do I just slide up? Oh! That could have ended in disaster. If that targeted my mammoth, I would have been game over by that point. Thankfully, that RNG'd properly. Oof. So yeah, when Barrel Dragon flips, it destroys any card on the field, and I've had instances where it destroys my most powerful card. That's when I'm using it, of course. And then there's other times where the opponent flips it up and it destroys my most powerful cards. It's RNG. Hopefully that destroyed something good of his. Goodbye. So that was very risky, very ballsy, considering, as I said, it could have been anything. But it paid off in the end. Touch wood, this keeps going well. What was that he destroyed? Skull Knight. Okay, that was good. He's gonna move his card. I might just do this. I mean, that would have actually been a decent card to keep, Skeldon. But I really need my green Kappa at this point. He didn't move? What's he gonna summon then? Because like, one attack and he goes down if that's not a trap card underneath him. Which it could potentially be. Right. Oh god! Oh! I can breathe! Oh my god, I could have... Okay. Okay. That entire time I was thinking I'm probably gonna lose. Like at the beginning that could have gone absolutely sour. I was like, that's it. The winning streak's done. I'm gonna lose. And then at that point I was like, if that's a trap card, I've lost. And the other problem was if he summoned something and then used the... I can't remember what it's called, but you definitely can't get it legitimately without a Game Shark or whatever, but... The 2-card Guardians have it, and when they use it, it's life steals your life points, chops them in half, so if you have 4,000 life points, they'll take 2,000 life points and add that to a monster. And you saw some of the monsters that this guy carries. Barrel Dragon, Skull Knight, Zoa. There's also Red Eyes Metal Dragon, I think, somewhere in this deck, or Red Eyes Black Skull Dragon, Summon Skull. You name those powerful monsters, he's got it. And I think it's like Ryoku or something like that. It's extremely nasty. So, he could have popped that at any time and this duel would have been over. I never drew Green Kappa. That was kind of like my last resort too. Besides my Great Mammoth with equip cards, which I think was also my retreat or my resort for Kaiba as well. Funny, that was always my last resort. So, the fact we climbed Mount Everest... I managed to get to the top without tumbling down. Oh my lord, you can kind of see now why I was holding my breath that entire time. I mean, I remained calm. To get a promotion after that, yeah, no, that was worth it. Oh god. I have a chance to get Zoa, and that's the only card I'm eligible to get. The rest, I can't get through graveyards. They're like special gets, or you just can't get them in the game. I didn't get anything. Come on, let me get at least one. Well, the game doesn't even want me to get Zoa. It's a shame, I like Zoa and Metal Zoa. They're two really cool monsters. I actually ran a deck based on Zoa as my deck master, and then I had Metal Zoa in there with Metal Morph. Couldn't get Metal Zoa because that's another fusion card I think it's either special get or you can't get it legitimately. No! No! This is not justice! I cannot lose. How many times have I heard that statement? Right, that's it. That's the campaign done. Impossible! No! A little bit over dramatic on that one, but worth it. The summoning is undone. My family. Legend has it that my family was the only noble line to actually enter into a pact of glory with a card guardian. But sometime in the past, the pact was broken for reasons that were veiled in the mist of history. For generations, our family has searched the world in the hopes of finding the same card guardian to revive the pact and the glory that was once ours. Since the day I inherited the Book of M at Dumkel, I searched far and wide. Many other guardians I've awakened, only to return them to their resting place. To date, my search for the one true guardian goes unrewarded. You can't imagine how excited I was when I'd come to England and unlearned of the Rose Duelist legend. Needless to say, the result was anticlimactic at the best. The last card guardian was indeed anticlimactic. This one ended the way it should have ended, with me sweating to the point where I was thinking I actually was going to lose. I apologize for dragging you into all this. I will honor my promise of returning you to your own age. However, I fear that there is not enough to repay you for your help. Wait. Here, take this back with you. I will continue in my quest to find the one true guardian. Perhaps it is my destiny to fail, but my descendants shall carry on the search. Should you meet such a descendant of mine, show this rose pendant. From this day forward, my family is ever in your debt and will lend whatever support it is within their powers to provide. This I promise as an eternal pledge, a pledge of roses. So there was a book, I'm pretty sure, on the roses, and then of course a pledge of roses. In the days that followed, the mystic barrier maintained by the sorcery of the cards faded away, leaving England's shores vulnerable to invasion. So the red rose rind still happens, regardless of what path you end up taking. And then in August of 1485, YuGiOh, Henry Tudor, successfully landed at Milford Haven. Defeating Richard III in the Battle of Bosworth, YuGiOh was crowned as King Henry VII. So yeah, as I said, doesn't matter what line you choose, history still plays out the exact same way. So even if you interfere either side, it's happy to know that the branches still go down one main path. The Tudor reign was to continue until Elizabeth III. At the first, not the third. How we go from first to third, I have no idea. As for Seto and the Rose Crusaders, they disappeared from England, never to be seen or heard from again. The only record of their existence remains in the form of inscription carved on the back of the rose pendant. Man is born to die, but the pledge of roses is born to live throughout all eternity. It is a pledge recorded in mystic numbers. Type that in the password thing and you'll get yourself a card. And as I said, I'm not sure if it's one I've already typed in, but for those of you who are struggling with this game or whatnot, just type that in and see what it gets you. Most of the rewards you get at the end tend to be really good cards. Like Earthshaker's one of them, which removes Labyrinth, but it has a very, very, very steep deck cost, so you might have to work around that. Slate Warrior is one of them. There's like another Crush Warrior as well that comes out of it. I can't remember its name. I don't think it's as good as Slate Warrior. What was some of the other ones? Fairy's Gift, I think, was the other one that you can get. There's like a whole list of them, which is really interesting. YuGiOh, the Duelists of the Roses, the White Rose chapter end, and the Red Rose chapter is already finished as well. Save, yes, and then I really hope I never had any recording issues during this episode, because if I did, rip to that. Alright, so the credits shall roll. I'll actually let them roll this time because we kind of need to go back into the main campaign. And plus, we're still not quite at the hour mark yet. I normally try and make it go for an hour, but as I said, I still got a couple of things else I want to show off before we end the episode. Mainly just what happens after you finish the campaign, and then just one other thing you can do just to kind of help out if you are having issues with campaign. And even if you use this deck, I mean, it is a pretty decent deck considering its low deck cost. It is, as I said at the beginning, zombies are a pretty good deck just because of like easy fusions. Got Mammoth of Great Mammoth of Goldfine, considering it's just one zombie card in Mammoth Graveyard. That's an easy combo. Any plant monster and then a decently high zombie monster makes Pumpkin. These tend to be the two that you remember off the top of your head for zombie fusions. We got Would Remain, Zombie Dragon, and any other zombie card I think it was made Skelgen, which is, as I said, not that bad. It would have been handy here and there to use, but as I said, at those particular points, not really needed with Great Mammoth. Even if you go with this particular deck, it tends to come down to knowing the game, knowing AI, and just getting lucky half the time. As I said, most times in this game, you probably saw, oh, that was just lucky that happened. A couple of other things could have gone differently and I would have been in trouble. I think another card too, it just came in my head, is Green Kappa is one of the ones you get from those codes, which can be quite handy too. Obviously, as I said, one thing I could keep in mind with a lot of those codes, or any code really, if you do hunt down a code list for Duelists of the Roses, is deck cost. Can't go into certain duels if you have too high of a deck cost. Now, for those of you who aren't using this deck and using like different decks, whether it be a different deck master or whatnot, or just a different archetype, there is a way of like easily helping out with getting dupes of certain cards, like say terrain cards, equipment cards, or even if you're going for collection purposes, there is easier ways to do it. In regards to post-game, well, the only post-game, that's what I said, post-game in quotations, is you get access to every single duel, and you have all 16 rose cards, so you can go through and rematch people and collect cards that way. So you can start building up different cards, you can start doing leveling up other cards for deck masters, which I may end up doing a video on that as well, for how to grind up deck master ranks. It's pretty slow, it's pretty boring, but it could be something that people might want. I'll also do a guide on like the graveyard slots whenever it wants to spit out of my mouth. So yeah, that's your quotation post-game. It's not all that fancy, but it's something. And to get out of here, you just go select, and then you return to the title screen. The other thing I want to cover is, as I said, this is the main point I was trying to get in regards to wanting to dupe equip cards easily without having to go fight for them. In my case, would be Bones. I'd have to rematch a couple of times to get a couple of like Violet Crystals, Wastelands, Pumpkins, whatever different type of Mammoth Graveyard, probably potentially Great Mammoth of Goldfine as well, is the custom duel. And this is something I do want to actually jump into even further, which is why I said I'm stuck in a bit of a conundrum at the moment. I need to change up a couple of things because Power Region can't do it, which is really annoying. The other thing you get to a post-game is you can edit maps. Now, if you go in before you beat the main game, you won't have access to it, but all this does is you can make 4 custom maps, so you could potentially recreate anything from the main game. And with custom, you can do multiplayer too, so if you were to have a second memory card plugged in and a second controller plugged in, a friend of yours can also duel you from here, so it's also your multiplayer. But with one player, you go up against a CPU, and if we do just default map 1, so you got all these different ones like full wasteland, forest, there's one with full crush as well, which is really fun, one with full tune, a couple of like different defaults as well, like there's one with water, labyrinth, and wasteland in it, one that's half-half. Let's choose one just to duel on. That looks interesting. Let's do that one. So let's verse our own deck with Deckmaster K. And this works the exact same way as like dueling campaign, except your wins and losses obviously don't count. And this is also kind of the way you kind of grind up your promotions. There's a couple of other factors to it as well. And anything you win from here or take out, oh look, that's incredible. That's actually the first time I managed to get Slate War in the Crush area. I get to show that off finally. It's a shame it's near the end. Damn. And you'll get a bit of a sweet surprise out of this too. Not only is he using the, what? They're using the exact same deck master as me. I'm gonna squeeze over. not much I can do here, actually. Let's get in my turn. But, you know, if we actually get into it, I don't know why Cow went out there. Right, fusion, another fusion. Could be multiple things there he did. Let's have a quick look at my at his graveyard though. Violet Crystal Megamorph, Living Vase. Oh, so he did Wood Remains. Wood Remains and Muka Muka. Ah, that's Stone Ghost. So he went Living Vase and Skull Servant. That would Remains because of the fact that Skull Servant's really weak, so that would have made that. Then Muka Muka into Wood Remains. I don't know what that makes, to be perfectly honest. I could have wished for a much better hand before doing this, since I'm on Mountain. Let's find out what this made. I am also on a... No, I'm not. I'm a bit of an awkward situation, dude. Let's just make Magical Ghost, regardless. I'm interested to see what this actually made. This is weak. Wow, it did make Stone Ghost. That's super duper weak. So he gave up Wood Remains. He gave up Muka Muka. Just for that? Oh, come on. Yeah, the AI isn't very bright at times. So yeah, he's using the exact same deck I am. So this is like the easiest way to grind for your cards or dupes of your own cards. So if you want to replace things, like if you're using my deck, for example, replace things like Basic Insect, Caterpillar. What's some of the other crab cards I've got in this deck? But yeah, you could go through and replace them with like Megamorph. Probably not Megamorph, that might be a little bit too high on the deck cost. But Violet Crystal, Wasteland, Yami, those could be handy, just replace them since those cards really don't do anything for you anyways. And then have more like terrain options. So he's going into Forest now. Oh, we did Clown Zombie. He boosted that with Violet Crystal and Megamorph. Alright. So first time I get to see Clown Zombies attack too. Looks kind of cool. I mean, the main reason why we put Clown Zombie in this deck is A, for another zombie card, B, it is somewhat good in attack, so if you can get in positions where you can get a quick summon and then direct attack with your deck master, it's the main reason why you'd have that in your deck. For those who were wondering why Clown Zombie was even in the deck when it was never used, that's the main reason why. Now I did get Yami, which would be very interesting actually. Let's have some fun. I mean, this could backfire so much. But remember, I'm the one who originally made this deck, so I think I know this deck much better than the actual AI does. Since they put a lot of their equip cards into Clown Zombie instead. Interesting they did that. So they will have movement boost. Okay. No movement. This game had like plenty of opportunities to like go through and be like, hey, let's make this. And then it's like, nah mate, I don't want to do that. At least I can go for Pumpkin out of this. 2300, that still outdoes. No it doesn't. It's gonna hurt. But it's gonna hurt him more. Alright, direct attack dog's the AI. 1600. I already know he's gonna crash into my Pumpkin with Clown Zombie. But you gotta play aggressive to win, as we've seen plenty of times in this series. The extremely aggressive can be ballsy, but risky at the same time, and it can pay off. But other times you go too ballsy, it backfires very big. Like that whole Zoa incident in the Card Guardian duel. I'm actually really glad, even though, as I said, it was extremely stressful, to the point where I was almost holding my breath and going blue at that point. At least it, was the perfect way to end the series for the campaign anyways. I would have hated if both my Card Guardian duels were pushovers, like that first one was. I mean, I could do a rematch on that second one to show you how hard it was, but it's like, I don't want to remove my perfect wins. To do the whole series without losing one single duel is absolutely amazing. And like no resets either, just, well, I don't know how I can prove that, but no resets whatsoever during this run is absolutely amazing. And I'm in absolute trouble at the moment. I need to put something down though. I love how the NPC actually got all their equip cards already, and yet I'm struggling to get my cards. Oh, I didn't realize Shadow Spectre was actually oh no, it looked like is it a spider? I've never actually seen what this card actually looks like. Is it a goddamn spider? It's like a Cousin It almost from the Addams Family, but it's got a skull on its head. That's the first time I've actually seen a fully rendered 3D model of it. Any other time I've seen it, it's just been the card, and that's in Dark Jewel Stories. Wow, I can't say stories apparently. Dark Jewel Stories and in this game, so interesting. I actually didn't even know that's what it looked like. I just always assumed a skull in like Misty Fog and all that. That's how I always, wow, he actually went for that. He actually went with a mammoth. That's a ballsy move if I've ever seen one. That's a very ballsy move. And we actually get to see what the Crush battle looks like. It's actually really cool. And the music is like all eerie and creepy. And it puts this awesome hue onto the monsters too. This is also our first time seeing Mammoth Graveyard attack. It's a lot slower. Oh, it does Earthquake. That's kind of cool. It would have been even cooler, but I don't know if the PS2 could have handled it. But having all these graves just suddenly pop out of the ground too after it does like the Earthquake, considering it is Mammoth of Graveyard. You know, emphasis on the graveyard. That would have been really cool, but then I don't know how they would have had the graveyards go back down afterwards. So I guess that's why they didn't do like, you know, all these graves just suddenly popping out the ground. Or they just had them just fade out. As I said, that was a ballsy move. But then again, how often... Oh, that was actually game. How often is it that you see like an actual crush boosting monster? They're extremely rare, and the only other way to get them is through the passwords. Alright, let's have a look at the graveyard slots. As I said, that is the main advantage to this, is the graveyard slots you get out of it. And so there it is. You get Mammoth Graveyard, you get Violet Crystal, Megamorph. I got Violet Crystal, nice. And I got Mammoth Graveyard, nice. And I got Terrible. That thing. It's interesting too, I just thought of it then. My deck master we never saw once at all, because normally I go through afterwards, like I get my deck master and start the campaign, save immediately, quit, and then go into custom duel, and then that way I get Patrician of Darkness as well usable in my deck. And this time round, you never actually saw the actual deck master, which is really weird for me too. I generally can't even remember what Patrician of Darkness even is, like stat-wise. So yeah, if this game is technically multiplayer, as I said, that's custom duel works single player and multiplayer. So if you had a friend that had Duelists of the Roses, you could technically duel each other. It's a bit of an awkward time though, because you can actually see what everyone's putting down. So with that, I think we'll wrap it up just by looking at the deck one last time. Because after this, whenever it returns, because I'm recording this a week before it goes live, so I haven't quite sorted out at the time of recording, I haven't sorted out anything for like replacements. I'm still kind of going through and researching like prices for getting all this set up and all that, which is never fun. So I don't know what's going to happen. There might be a couple of Saturdays with like no uploads whatsoever, unless, of course, as I said, if people want to see it, I can do some guides for this game just to fill in the gaps of nothing until we can finally get what I originally wanted for the series to do. So that's completely like, if that's something you do want to see, just let me know in the comment section below. But to finish it off, this is what my deck master was. It's a rank 5 monster, 2000 attack, 1400 defense. It did get one promotion at least, so it's a rank 2. There was a lesser dragon, Sagi the Dark Clown. This thing to make magical ghosts, but magical ghosts were thrown away most times too. Shadow Spectre, Skull Servant, these were just there for zombie fusion, zombie warrior, armored zombie, dragon zombie, 2 of them. Clown zombie, Fiend's Hand, which as I said can be quite handy. Don't take its base value for what it is, because its effect is when destroyed in battle, it destroys the opposing monster as well. Did end up using that as well, so it did get shown off. This is kind of handy. It is mostly that it's for fusion, but if you are struggling to get zombies on the field for whatever reason, or if your cards get changed, I think that's happened. I think there's a card that can change the type of your monsters. I'm not... Is it my monsters? All your monsters. Yeah, it's been a little while, so I'm a little bit foggy on that, but I think there might be a card in the game that does change all monsters' types to something. This just bypasses traps, so it's very handy for attacking the deck master or the opposing deck master. At the times, like I said, Tears of a Mermaid might be behind the deck master or whatnot. That bypasses that. Phantom Ghost, which should be a plant monster. Dark Assailant for fusion. The boss monster is Great Mammoth of Goldfine. There is the base card for it. Green Kappa is the other boss monster for this deck. Since its ability is when faced up, it adapts the attack and defense of the monster with the highest attack power on the field, which tends to be my Great Mammoth of Goldfine. Unless, of course, the card guardians use Ryoku or whatever that card is called and absorb your life points, and most times Green Kappa will overcome that. That's just trash, just to fill up the deck, because 12 deck cost, you know. That's just filler. That's one of the main fusion for Great Mammoth of Goldfine. Fusion, just to... Cyberstein, as I said, it didn't get used here and there, but it is extremely handy. It saved my butt in the Card Guardian duel, obviously, because when flipped, it puts out Wasteland. Attack. So yeah, it can put Wasteland up. It could have been go up against Mako. This just removes Labyrinth, so that was just there for that. Otherwise, it was just to make Machine Dragon with Lesser Dragon. Muka Muka, which I have learnt to value a lot because it's such a good goddamn card. Fusion for Pumpkin Fusion. Crush, just Crush Terrain. Terrain, life point damage. Moving my Deckmaster around. Equipped, and then the rest I think are all equips. This is handy for like Card Guardian again, or nullifying Spellbound, whatever. And the last thing to show off is this function. I think that's the perfect way to end it, just staring at my Great Mammoth. Yeah, you can move the camera around and have a 3D view of it. You can have so much fun just looking at the models for this game. They're just so brilliantly made. It's amazing. Anyways, as I said, I think this is the perfect place to end it, just looking at the Great Mammoth. So I don't know what to do here, whether I say my usual stuff or I just end it as per usual, because there is more episodes coming, don't get me wrong. But as I said, there might be just a slight break just while I fix things behind the scenes. If anything does change, I'll do a community post, or I'll just leave a pinned comment below just explaining what's going on. So, until next time, this is Lady KrimZen saying ciao for now. And make sure to stay beautiful, of course. And hopefully not forever this series. Ciao!